Hello, welcome to the dollhouse. I am the doll, y'all. Cat Williams revealed it. He said that the veil would be lifted in 2024, and baby, it continues to fall. And what is showing me is that the way that we have been relating to one another in our romantic relationships over the last 60 years has been causing a lot of people a lot of pain. A lot of people, a lot of pain. Today's video is all about how the dolls can avoid these types of pain. So, Kel Mitchell used to be on a show called All That, and also, I think it was Good Burger on Nickelodeon in the 90s. I didn't really watch that. I was in college in the late 90s and early 2000s. I believe it was mostly early 2000s. Him and Kenan, I forgot Kenan's last name, Kenan Thompson, I believe, they were a comedy duo and still are. They really just revived Kel's career because he had been missing in action, probably because of what he was experiencing in his romantic life. Oh my God, y'all. I just heard a clip of him appearing on Shannon Sharp's podcast. And he's explaining what happened to him in his marriage. Now, a lot of our discussion here in the Dollhouse is about the dolls. And this is still a lesson for the dolls. But this is a lesson on why being friends with men is bad. And it's bad for them too. You don't need to feel bad about rejecting men and rejecting men's friendship, because most of the time you don't really want a man who is your friend. And if a woman is a man's friend, she has a bunch of guy friends, fellas, it should raise alarms around you, because these guy friends are doing exactly this. I'm going to play a short clip of what he said about his wife who got pregnant twice by some other man. Listen here. Listen in.
There was a thing where we weren't having sex anymore, and we weren't doing anything anymore.
Because you weren't having sex. Clearly she was.
Yeah, it's just because of I knew what was going on.
Right.
And I was like, yo, what is even happening? You're not coming home. You're not doing all these different things.
And y'all man, she not coming home. Y'all man.
Yeah. But then this was, back then.
Yeah.
We praying for her now. It's all good.
Yeah.
But this is what the process of what I was going through.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And so now as this is going on, there was a time get some more soda.
Now I need something stronger than soda, Kel. You telling me that right here.
Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you had one.
Yeah.
You reported that, but that wasn't yours. She told you. You didn't know.
Yeah.
You had one of your own, and she...
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was a situation where there was a guy, and I had a feeling, you know what I mean, that she was
Did you know it?
Talking to somebody. It was one of her friends that used to come over, right? And, I was working a lot, you know what I mean? So it was one of those situations. And so I was dropping off the kids, and, then go to work, and you know how I go. And so one day I decided where I was like, yeah, I'm going to take the car and just kind of like go searching where she might be, because she ain't come home. And so I got in the whip, went driving around, saw her whip, looked different, and I saw it, and I said at the hotel, I was like, yo, okay, this is a car at the hotel. I go to the lobby, you know what I mean? I go walk into the lobby. Turns out dude just come walking down the lobby about to go to the car, my car, and then she was driving, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Take me upstairs. Let's go to the elevator, let's go together. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? We go up, we don't need to fight, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I already know what it is.
Right.
So we go up, of course she's surprised, within the room. And, we walk in, I walk in there and I'm just like, hey, okay, so this is what's going on. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? All right, and this is what you're doing. Okay, so, and I walk out because I'm like, I'm not about to fight over someone that...
she already made a decision.
Yeah, you made your decision. Yeah. We'd have been through it.
Did she come out and let me explain?
Yeah.
What did that explain? Offer without explanation.
Explain. I'll go to the car. After I went to the car, then there was this I was like, yo, I need to go back. And I went back because now I was like, well, I felt disrespected, so now I need to go do something. I went back, so then I'm going back up there. Cops came, everybody came up at that point. And I remember this cop told me, he said, hey, yo, I seen this type of woman, this situation. You need to get out of this situation. You know what I mean? You need to get out of this situation.
So this hussy got pregnant twice by her friend. A friend that they both knew. Y'all ain't friends. There's something there. She wasn't having sex with her husband. I usually always say that there are really only two main reasons why a woman isn't having sex with her husband. She's having sex with somebody else, or the husband isn't doing enough to support her in a way where she has the energy to roll over and pop that thing. If she don't have the energy because you're not doing enough, that's another reason why you might not be getting it. But a lot of the times is also because if she's happy and if she's like getting spruced up and going out and stuff, and she's like taking showers daily and washing her hair, and she's not just running around being raggedy for the kids, she's probably getting it somewhere else. Unless she has like a medical condition, of course, and I'm leaving the medical conditions out of it. Usually there are two main reasons why a woman is not there for the man in her life, her husband. And her homeboy was the one where she was somewhere popping that coochie on him. Poor Kel. If he had been following the 6B strategy that I developed, he wouldn't have married her. He wouldn't have taken her off the market and decided to make her his, because male friends are for dating. And after you decide not to date anymore, if those male friends are still lingering around, it poses a risk to your relationship, a risk to your household, a risk to her loyalty to you, men. And women, it puts you at risk of being disloyal. It puts you at risk of temptation. It puts you at risk of being sidetracked by some so-called guy friend who can suck up just as much energy as anybody else and siphon it away from your household. Siphoning your energy and your resources the way that men often do. And usually if he's just a friend, it's for nothing. So the 6B strategy, again, for those of you who have never heard of it, it's definitely something, it's like an offshoot from the 4B movement. But for people who are, a little bit less radical, who don't say no to men forever or no to dating forever, this is the strategy. No behaving bound. Basically, no acting like you're married when you're not married. You're not even engaged. You're not even talking about marriage. Why are you putting yourself at risk, putting your name on leases, putting your bank accounts together, buying property, doing laundry over and over, no behaving bound. Men, it applies to you as well. No babies out of bounds. No babies out of wedlock. And I would venture to say no having sex. Really, sex, it should be reserved for marriage. And usually when it precedes it, it just sullies it. It just sullies the experience of the relationship, because it takes something away. No boyfriends. No boyfriends. Either you are friends or you are moving in the direction of commitment. If you like to sleep with your friend, okay, do it however you like, but don't start acting married afterward. And make sure that you're getting all of the support and all of the energy that you need in order to feel like it's justified. If you want to do that. Women, you have free reign to do what you want with your body, but just do it inside of these guidelines. And men too. Men too. Also, no besties. Again, no besties, no friends. If Kel had been following the 6B strategy, he would be happier. His career probably would have been gone further. I thought he was funnier than Keenan always. I always thought he was cuter too. I'm sorry, Keenan. No shade. It is what it is. But yeah, this strategy is not just for the dolls, but it is definitely for the dolls. Risk management is the name of the game on how to grow your assets. Risk management is the name of the game on how to grow your privilege. And that's what the 6B strategy is all about. Risk management, that's all. And by the way, this is how your boyfriend's girl best friends probably act when they meet you.
You guys are absolutely going to love each other. You guys are literally so alike.
I'm excited. Oh my gosh, Darren!
Hey, Ash.
Oh my god!
Ash, I just saw you yesterday.
Your hair is like so frizzy. I'm gonna have to give you like a retwist later on.
Yeah.
Hi, I just want to say it's so nice to finally meet you. Who's this?
Ash, this is my girlfriend Tiara, the girl that I've been telling you about.
Hi. Oh my gosh, this is her?
Yep.
I thought you said that she was gonna look like Beyonce, not Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? What?
No. It's like an inside joke that like me and Dare Bear came up with. Like literally, it's like it has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
She definitely does not look like a foot, like how I thought she did on Instagram.
Now wait a minute.
No, baby, like... it's literally a joke. Wait, Darren, stand next to me.
Oh, here we go.
Why are you so tall? It's not fair.
I'm literally taller than you every time we do this.
He's literally always taller than me. Like it's so unfair.
Another thing that can be avoided by following the 6B strategy is falling into the side chick role. If you just have friends and you're dating, everybody is just dating. And no one feels like they have any ownership of anyone else. And so there are no expectations. I recommend that people guard their genitalia during this time while dating. But I mean, people are going to do whatever they want to do. Do it at your own risk. And yes, there is risk involved. But acting like you're married, of course, and then having a boyfriend is how you end up feeling like you're a side chick. If you have a boyfriend, you can't get cheated on because he doesn't really owe you anything. Of course, yes, he may lie and demonstrate a lack of loyalty, but he never really pledged allegiance to you in the first place. So he's really only obligated to be loyal to himself. It just is what it is. If you act like you're married and have a boyfriend, you're out here doing this, you will get treated like this lady in the video to come who rolls up on her so-called boyfriend's house. I'm going to play it.
And, we're just talking and he was like, we've received a call that you're here and you not supposed to be, per se. And I was like, oh. And he said his name, who my exes, they said his name. And I was like, okay, well, that's strange because conversations that I've been having is this was the plan and that I was going to meet him here. And the officer's like, I don't know, far as that goes, but and I was like, do you need to see my ID? Do you need any information from me? He was like, no, not at all. I don't need anything from you as far as information. You're fine. You're good. And the other officer, while we're talking, my window's down so I can hear everything that's going on outside. And I wasn't in his driveway. I'm on the street. So that other officer goes up to the door, knocks on the door, and someone opens it. I see this high yellow, bless her heart, I see this high yellow hand open the door and this woman comes out and their dog, because I recognize the dog, everything, because he had showed me pictures of the dog, right? And so she comes outside. She's tall, light skinned, short hair. She looked like my sister, y'all. And if you saw the previous video, you know what I'm talking. She looked like my sister. And I'm like, oh, okay. Confirmation, everything in that moment was confirmed. Everything. And the officer that was talking to me, it's so funny now. The officer that was talking to me, he was like, oh. We both were like, okay. He was like, well, technically, you're not doing anything wrong. I can't make you leave. And he said, but I think you do. And I was like, I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, I do need to leave. I do need to leave. And we're laughing. Like we're laughing because we both like giving each other that look like, okay, there it is. And the other officer's talking to the woman of the house. And he was like, you know, do you know such and such? She said my ex's name. And she's like, yes, that's my fiance. Ooh, ooh. Fiance? I thought it was just a girlfriend. Fiance. Oh, God. I am the other woman. I've been the other woman this whole entire time.
So yeah, she definitely was humiliated. I don't know why it was important for her to say hi yellow hand, but it's just yet another example of the double standards between the races. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. It's just something to be noted. It's a, darker skinned woman privilege to kind of punch upward, I guess. If that's so, it's not really punching upward. It's just punching. It's just bullying. Or is it? Or is it just, making note of her skin tone? The only problem is that light-skinned women can't say hi yellow. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter if she said hi yellow because, it just is what it is. It's just a skin tone. But I thought it was interesting to note her feeling like she is humiliated because he's up in the house living with the high yellow heifer. So, that probably did a little something to her self-esteem and kind of reinforced some stereotypes. Another thing that I recently saw that is just more evidence for why the 6B strategy is, a pretty decent framework, is a clip on a couple who combined their assets before getting married. And the fiance, the male fiance, went out and bought a house with the money that was put in the joint account. And I'm just going to play it.
Lawyer's reaction.
It's our money.
It was 75% my money.
It's our money, though. It's our money. Get it together. It's our
You
money.
didn't even talk to me on this. What is wrong with you today?
You say you trust my
We
judgment.
haven't even gotten married yet. It should be a decision between both of us. But you didn't make this decision with me. Figure it out and get my money back.
Okay, get the money back.
When it comes to real estate, the moment the deal is done, it becomes very difficult, almost impossible to unwind the deal. You'd have to prove fraud, and it doesn't necessarily appear that he used fraud to acquire the money because he had access to it. So you have to think about this from the deal of the seller. This buyer would not be able to reverse the deal because that would hurt the seller, who's an innocent party. But what she can do is sue her partner for using her money without her permission, or she can even force a sale on the home if she's also on the title. But ladies and gentlemen, no! The deal cannot be undone because it would hurt the seller, who's an innocent party in this drama.
Lawyer.
So obviously he didn't include her in the decision to buy the house. He used the money that was in the account, and it was majority her money. They are not married. Her name is probably not on the deed. Okay. She didn't get to pick the layout. Like, a woman in her house, it's like, I'm surprised he's still alive. I'm really actually hoping that this is a skit. Of course, the comment section in this video section is in shambles too. Yeah, it's just something that can be avoided. Do not act married with money, with your womb, with your social security number, your asset. Like, just don't do it. Why? Why do people do this? Maybe we'll dive into the psychology of why people are resistant to the 6B strategy or the 4B movement, whatever it is, whatever movement you're on, whatever it is, just protection of yourself and risk management. Why are people against risk management when it comes to vagina management? Vagina management involves risk planning as well as pleasure planning. There's got to be, it's a two-way street, risk planning and pleasure planning both ways. This is really something that can be avoided if the 6B strategy is adhered to, do it or not. But I keep seeing evidence for why you might consider it. I am a middle-aged woman. I'm just telling you, I have a great life. And I'm giving advice that I know has worked for me. And I hope it works for you. I really do. So anyway, I hope that we talk again soon.